Allison is your new best friend. Allison, with her good times never end. Allison, Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again.
Allison, Roman. You get it. It happens.
Hey everyone. Hi. Hello. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is your new best friend. I am here in Pod Cabin with journalist, James Beard nominated cookbook author and podcast host, and old friend of mine, Matt Rodbard. Please put your hands together for Matt Rodbard. Hello.
Allison, so fun to see you. We were just catching up. I haven't seen you in a decade.
I know. It's been forever. Over a decade.
Over a decade. We were neighbors in Carroll Gardens.
Yes, we were. So you called me Allison Roman during the theme song. And when she is in the news a lot, I always wonder how many people are thinking that that's me. We have very similar. She spells her name with one L.
It's the one L. I mean, it's the one L thing. That's all it is. Like one L is the reason I say that.
Right.
Because there's lots of Allison Rosens, but lots of double L's. But you're the one L. And I like Roman. She's a friend.
I was going to say, you work in the food space. Do you know her?
I do. She's a friend. I've known her for a long time. She's great. She's a really fun hang, extremely hyper smart, and makes great tomato sauce now.
I feel like she came out of nowhere. Is that just because I wasn't paying attention?
No, I think she has a long career at BA, Bon Appetit. She was a chef before, but I think her first cookbook, I think that was around 2016. Yeah, she jumped onto the scene then. And then I think it's all credit to her for being really smart with the recipe development and understanding that every recipe needs to have a reason to exist, which is a big problem in food. So she, the cookies, the stew.
Wait, explain that. It's a big problem in food.
A lot of recipes are just kind of just filler, and they don't have a point of view. They're the same old braise, or we can go braise talk if you want. Are you using soy sauce? Are you using beef stock?
Snack chat.
Snack chat is great. This is all snack chat. I think a lot of recipes are just not really, they shouldn't exist. But Allison Roman does a great job with everyone has a twist, but not an annoying twist. And
right. It's not that because people make fun of those recipes where it's you have to go I just want the recipe. I don't want a story of 5 summers ago. But hers don't really do that.
Absolutely not. I mean, she's a terrific writer. I push back so hard on people who say just give me the recipe, fuck that. But we can talk about that
later in the segment.
But I do think she is such a smart developer of ideas. So there's just it's simplicity. It's definitely all about teaching people to cook through the recipe, not being too complicated. It just has worked. So she was an overnight success in that way. She burst on the scene with the cookbook, but she'd been working for decades.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're not here to talk about Allison Roman. You're here to talk about Matt Rodbard. It's funny though, when you say Allison Roman, it's sort of imagine a very well-trained dog. If you were to be sit. Just say kind of fuck with it. Just like that. My body reacts to Allison Roman.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I knew you, I don't think you had specialized. I don't think you had focused so much on food, right?
I mean, I think I met you when I was more of a music writer.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Did you work at Sync?
I did.
Okay, I was trying to remember how we met each other.
Oh my God.
So you and I both I lived in New York from 2002 to 2010, which raises an interesting question. Then how did I live there for a decade, which is what I always claim?
I mean, math is math, right?
Math is math, right? And when I was at Time Out New York, I started writing or freelancing for a tech culture style magazine. Is that what you would call it?
Oh my God. 2005 to 2007. That's the runtime of this magazine. We did 19 issues.
Episodes. I know. I called.
Yeah.
What was I? There's something. Who was I talking to? Oh my God. I'm having a big brain fart. But there was something where I kept calling it shows. And it wasn't a show. It was some other form of entertainment.
I mean, print media is dying just in the lexicon.
Yes.
We aren't even acknowledged anymore. I have come from the world of magazines and writing.
Right.
But we also have this podcast I do. And I still think of now my brain is episodes.
Yes.
And that's the culture.
Yes.
It's clips and episodes.
Exactly.
Not pages and issues.
It will come to me.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking of.
Sync was a weird, ill-advised publication. It was, we were trying to cover technology in 2005 when the internet was definitely covering technology, but we were doing it like a 3-month lead time. So
But
like,
that's how those glossy magazines were.
so it just didn't work. Like you can't do the internet in print with that lead time.
I will say, though, as someone who worked at a weekly at Time Out New York and had before that, I had worked at OC Weekly. So my experience was always at weeklies, but then I would freelance for these glossy magazines. Yeah. I loved having that kind of lead time.
Oh, yeah.
I loved like putting an issue to bed and not having to put the next issue to bed the next morning, basically. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it's like the pace of the week.
Oh, I wrote for Time Out quite a bit, too.
Yeah.
Personally, like I wrote a lot of food, but also like culture stuff I love Time Out. And like so many talented people came out of that publication.
As an editor there, though, it could be a bit grueling. But anyway, okay, so I wrote for Sync and I met Dustin Goot.
Yeah.
And it was through, I think Matt Schneiderman brought me over to Sync.
Yeah.
I met Dustin Goot. I think through Dustin I met you.
Yeah, totally.
And then did you write for me at Time Out New York?
I wrote for, no, I didn't actually. I wrote for like Gabrielle Gershenson and Jordana Rothman in the food.
So that was in the food
section. And then the
section.
feature, I forget the editor-in-chief. I was writing for him.
So Michael Friedson?
Yeah, Michael Friedson, yeah.
He was the feature. He was brought in as features editor when I was still in the features well.
Okay, so you might have edited me.
I feel like because my sense is that I probably did assign stuff to you.
You probably did. Like Michael Friedson and I worked in cover packages. I remember once was like a late night. Like I went out at 3 a.m. and did some stuff. And...
He was not editor in chief when I was still there though. So it was Brian Farnham.
Okay, Brian. Yeah,
do you remember him?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I was at Time Out until 2008, 2007 or 2008.
Yeah.
So I feel like I because I would do feature packages.
I must have written for you.
Yeah, there'd be like there was one, but I think you would remember if you did. Where why were people doing? People were like doing these sort of stunty experiments, and like Dustin Goot wore a suit for a month.
Oh, shit! I wrote a Segway.
You did?
All over the city one time.
Oh, maybe.
Was that for you? I definitely did that.
Possibly. Laura Liu did something. Oh, no. What's her name? She's married to Chuck Klosterman. Melissa.
Oh, Merritz?
Yes.
Yeah, she's cool. She's a good writer.
Yeah. And then she went over to entertainment. So anyway, we go way back. And then also when I had so Allison Rosen is your new best friend when it was a streaming internet show, you were a guest.
I was.
You came to my apartment.
I did.
But I believe you also may have been a guest on the Daily Allison, which was my silly web show that preceded that.
I feel like it was a live stream now that I'm thinking about it, because I remember watching it back and it was like super grainy in kind of that era.
Yes. Yeah. So that would have been the Ustream show.
Oh my God. So this is my appearance like 15 years later.
Yes.
Oh my God. So
the fans demanded it. They needed it.
They were writing in.
Yeah.
No, it was fun that was probably my first time ever doing a podcast. And I've done like, now at This Is Taste, we've done like 900 episodes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you have This Is Taste, which is the podcast that you host or co-host?
Co-host with this woman, Eliza Barbanel, great co-host.
Is she the one? I was listening to a recent episode, very enjoyable, and you were talking about rewatching Moonlighting?
Oh, sick. Oh, we need to go there. Yes. So we do a 3 things at the top of the show often where we just catch up mostly on food, but sometimes pop culture and just kind of what's in the ether. It's our way of just like, catching up as co-hosts. And my wife Tamara and I are rewatching. We're on season 2, episode 5 at this point, and it is elite. Absolute elite show. Have you watched it?
No. I mean, I was aware of it when it was on originally because 2 of my friends in grade school, Katie and Holly, or was it Katie and Kelly? I don't know. But 2 of my friends, Katie was definitely one of them, had giant crushes on Bruce Willis. And I was just like, what? He's like a man, though, and we're children. I still had crushes on people who would be on Teen Beat and Tiger Beat and things like that. So the fact that they liked this like balding man was shocking to me.
Well, they were maturing a little faster than you, obviously.
Clearly.
So like their taste, but like I've since gone back, and now there's a big rewatch community actually happening at this point.
How did you find that? There's no TV without pity. How do you find the community? Reddit?
Substack. There's like 3 Substacks separately had been writing about it. It just hit streaming recently in the past year. It's on Amazon free. So shout, if you have the Prime, you get the Moonlighting.
Yeah.
And his Riz is off the charts. Like, and it's just
like Katie, Holly, and Kelly, or whoever it was.
It's a level. I mean, Moonlighting is great for a lot of reasons. First, it's like every episode is a movie. Like the showrunner was really into homage to like the 50s and 60s
like
cinema.
noir stuff.
There's a noir episodes. There's a lot of tracking. There's a lot of like really cool like visual
tracking the camera shot.
Yeah, they're doing they're doing like some moves that are more like at the time
Orson Welles
not being shown on television. It was being done in cinema, so it's like a very much head of prestige TV.
Right.
Speaking of Orson Welles appears on episode 2 of season 2. He opens the show cold. And one thing that Moonlighting does is it really breaks the fourth wall a lot.
Yes, I heard you say this on the episode, and I thought I had no recollection of that. Well, because I have only seen bits.
Yeah, you've seen bits, and we were all young. I didn't really watch it when it was on. It was on, I think, between like 81 and 87 or 82.
It was a TV show for adults.
It was definitely for adults. And like they talked about like NBC or whatever network is ABC wanted us to run 55 minutes or whatever the airtime was, and because the dialogue is so fast, they actually couldn't write a show that would fill the time. So they made a joke of it where they opened the show out of character as Bruce and Sybil.
Oh, how funny! So they. Wow.
It's
really breaking the fourth wall.
And this is like the early 80s. So like this is like groundbreaking television. And aesthetically it's cool. I think like the writing is like extremely bad at times, but that's cool. And it's elaborate. Like the end of season 1, which is like a murder plot foiled, there is a pie fight. There's a pie fight at the end of season 1. The pilot is 2 hours long.
Wow.
There's like car chases.
So they solve crime, right?
Yeah.
With their daft secretary, Mrs. Beasley.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Or not with her, but she's a character. Right. I did suddenly remember that. Yeah. Now, is it like each episode is not self-contained, is it?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, so there's a different thing they're doing on each episode.
Exactly, procedural.
Oh, okay.
It's like typical procedural, but I think there are like callbacks to other episodes. There are like recurring characters and all that. But yeah, it's a murder. It's a mystery of the week idea, but it's also like a will they, won't they?
Do they eventually?
So spoiler
for the show from 50 years
which
ago,
which I've read very few spoilers, but apparently. There is, yes, a will they, won't they do. And the ratings just tank. And it's a classic study.
Similarly, I've been wondering, is Who's the Boss worthy of a rewatch?
No.
How dare you?
I mean, it's like, is A-Team and Dukes of Hazzard worth a rewatch?
No.
I mean,
but maybe. I think that eventually, I tapped out by the time Tony and Angela got together.
I know, it was a rough one. And I think that is a classic story that, like, I think a lot of times now characters are not written to get together because it's all obviously, but now with like these very short seasons or these series, like 2 season series, it's probably better to like get them together.
What did you think of The Bear? And confession, I have not watched the last couple seasons, even though it's on my list.
I really appreciated the show in the first 2 seasons. I really liked what they were doing. Visually, I think the writing was strong. I mean, it really was like an anxious show, and I think that's very much part of the behind the scenes, back of house, front of house world of restaurants. I think it kind of was on too long. I didn't watch the last season personally, but I think the first 2 seasons should be celebrated. It is a very good show for the first 2 seasons, absolutely. I think like the performances are like up and down. Not for all of them, but I think there's some really good episodes. Okay,
so let's get back to you.
Sure, yeah.
And how you got from there to here.
Yeah.
And also, so you live in the Hudson Valley of New York. You abandoned our old neighborhood.
I did.
Of Carroll Gardens. Yeah. And what brings you to LA right now?
Oh, I mean, I moved to the Hudson Valley 5 years ago. I lived in Brooklyn for 17 years. So with this job, I travel a bit for the podcast. I'm out here. I was in Napa doing some work up there. So we record episodes in our studio in New York, but also we go on the road. And this was in preparation for some filming we're doing in September. We're going to come back and do a bunch of video work and interviews. So I've been dining in San Francisco, and I've been in LA, and I love California. I come here a lot, and I go to Palm Springs as much as possible. I love it out there. Yeah. And I went to Herman's last night. Should we do some like restaurant reviewing?
Sure.
You want to do some of that?
Yeah, let's do it.
I feel like that. I was very impressed. Herman's is a
Snapchat.
Sick. I love it. I mean, we really, I think as diners want a lot of our restaurants. We want like so much, and we want like obviously vibes. We want great food. We want value. We don't want to wait. We want to get that reservation when we want to go. So it's like it's so difficult to run restaurants these days. And when a place like Herman's, which has been open not a few months,
where is it?
It is in Herman, California. It's a town that's like, and LA folks, I'm sorry that my geography is off. It's in the like, east side, Eagle Rock.
Okay. And there's a town there called Herman?
There is.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, and that was kind of a part of the narrative around this restaurant is that it's in this town. I'm sorry, my geography is off. It's on the east side.
Okay.
And it's really good. I mean, so it captures all of that. I think the reservations are difficult, but vibes, cuisine. I mean, I had a really beautiful fish with dill and like sun golds, and I had a beautiful salad, fruit and herbs. And
sun golds are tomatoes?
Yes, they are. You know it. Sun gold tomatoes.
But my brain went from kiwi to raisin to tomato.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like the sun gold conjures a lot.
Sun
for
gold
me.
is true. I should have said sun gold tomatoes. You're correct.
No, it's all right. Real ones know.
I'm slipping into my this is taste mode, but you're a wide audience. I need to clarify it is a tomato. They're doing baked Alaska, which is this like...
Okay, crazy that you mentioned it because that just came up on an episode that is going to air before this one. Why did it come up?
It's having a moment.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I was saying that like I like it as an idea, but usually it tastes like kerosene.
Well, they did not torch it tableside.
Oh.
They made the decision.
Pre-torched?
Yeah, it's like it was like
baked
definitely
Alaska?
Had the crown. It had like the the heat was there, but it wasn't like flaming. It was like just baked, and it had the torching. And it's a very like light dessert. And it's sweet, but they do theirs with citrus, with lemon.
That's
which I think is
twist.
A great twist.
Is it ice cream in the center with
this
meringue
one
on the
didn't
outside?
have it had meringue on the outside and it has a solid, but it didn't have ice cream.
What's inside?
It's like a cake inside. It's like a light cake.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah,
although I feel like the whole point is that they set it on fire in front of you.
I know. That's kind of but I think this is like their version of it. So it's working for me. This restaurant's great. I think LA's got the best. It's like the best food city in the country by far.
What price point are we looking at?
It's high, but like that's all restaurants these days.
Yes.
It's definitely. I think at this point, whole fish is going to be in the 40s. Like proteins are going to be in the 50s. Like that's the new math. On our show, we talk a lot about why that is the case, and like cost of goods have gone up tremendously. Everyone shops the grocery store. Well, obviously the chefs are getting hit with the same bills.
How has this cyclospora situation affected your dining?
I was I let it, like I'm from Michigan, so I was like feeling bad for my Taco Bell lovers in Michigan with that one. They were taking some L's. I was off the bag for a couple weeks. I am a bag salad guy, so I was off the bag for a couple weeks. But now I'm good.
Really?
I will eat greens. I will.
Okay.
My sister told me, I don't know if it's true, like you can't wash it. Is that true?
Correct. You can't wash it off. You can cook it off, but not wash it off. You can cook it off,
but you can't wash it off. That's terrifying. That's not good.
So we have been avoiding produce, fresh produce or bagged.
Yeah.
Anything not cooked. But then recently I had a salad on a Friday and I had a salad on a Saturday. And
things worked out. You're good.
Actually, I had crazy diarrhea one morning.
Yeah.
Sorry if that's TMI.
No, happens.
And, but my understanding is if that is parasite borne, it will make itself known.
It will.
Because of course at the time I was like, uh-oh, this seems bad.
I got it. I got the thing.
Yeah.
It'll be a little more severe. Than,
yes,
than a little
that's
bit
my
of,
understanding.
You might have been fibermaxing. Are you a fibermaxer? Do you know what that is?
I can imagine.
You can agree. So people really and protein maxing, like, yeah.
I do not get as much protein as I'm supposed to.
Okay.
No one. It's physically impossible to get as much protein as people are now recommending.
It's challenging. You have to really make an effort to eat those legumes and have some chicken breasts. And are you a pescatarian? Are you eat anything?
No, I'll eat anything, but I don't eat a lot of meat. I just naturally don't. I used to eat a ton of eggs.
Yeah.
And I just don't really anymore, but I feel like I should because that's like an easy way to get a lot of protein. I feel like I should go back to it.
Yeah.
I used to eat hard-boiled eggs a lot.
Yeah.
But
egg salad sandwiches, you hitting that?
No, but I would.
They're so good.
I like an egg salad sandwich.
I do too. They're so good.
What's your choice of bread?
I mean, obviously soft white.
Yeah.
It has to be. I'm not like trying to like do like brioche or anything fancy. I'm just like soft white bread.
I have a bold opinion.
Yeah, tell me.
Can you handle a bold opinion?
Yeah, let's go. Hot take. Snack time.
I am
Snack Chat.
I feel like sourdough is maybe overrated. If I'm going to eat toast, sure. Or even a piece of bread, plain, sure, sourdough. But like on a sandwich, I'm not desiring sourdough that often.
Not all sandwich sourdoughs are created equally. So I totally agree. Like you can get some like bread from the sourdough bakery sliced that is not good for sandwiches.
Yeah.
Like too many holes, doesn't have integrity. So you need to find the right type of sourdough for sandwiches.
Because I'm just thinking of like a toasted sandwich.
Yeah.
If it's toasted sourdough, I'm just thinking of the roof of my mouth and the carnage, you know?
I think toasting bread is tricky for sandwiches, even on the BLT. I personally like love like a soft BLT.
Yeah.
That's my hot take. Can we handle that? Soft BLT?
I wish I had something to indicate that we just heard like a crazy, okay.
Dude, chill.
Wow. I mean, sorry, guys. That's just my take. I think soft bread is better for sandwiches, to your point.
Yeah, I do too.
Integrity of the roof of your mouth is imperative. Like no one wants that sore for like 12 hours to 4 days.
Yeah.
It can be 4 days where your mouth you're still feeling that run in.
Knock your taste buds out for a week with hot chocolate if you're not careful.
If you're not careful, I mean, like integrity of the roof of the mouth, it is
chocolate?
like less appreciated for diners. Like you got to like protect it. Like
Yes.
children.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I am suddenly realizing that you're the perfect person to bring up something. This will now be the third episode that I brought this up on. It was on a Patreon episode of Daniel and my news show.
Patreon.com/Allison Rosen.
That's where you get that.
Yeah.
And then I brought it up on the Thursday show. Okay, so eggs in purgatory.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you think? Explain to me what eggs in purgatory is to you.
That's like sauce and eggs, right? Basically, it's like
what kind of sauce?
Like a shakshuka, a varietal,
yes.
right?
Okay.
I mean, eggs in purgatory has always been like Roman, right? A Roman Italian dish, right? Isn't that kind of the
I think so, yes. I had to look it up afterwards because we ordered it and it was poached eggs in an extremely spicy red sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
I do not like spiciness, so they lost. They lost this gal right there.
It's challenging.
But
is that a restaurant?
It was.
To be named?
I could name it. It's called Neighbors and Friends.
Okay.
In Pasadena.
Yeah.
And
South Pasadena?
Correct.
Yeah.
The menu at the top says something like all dishes are designed to be shared, but they're actually not like huge.
Yeah.
It's just the way the server explained to us, like, oh yeah, our thing is like you share the dishes and you have conversation. I was like, that's restaurants though.
Yeah.
I did like them though. But anyway, it was good if you like spice. But here's my thing. My thing is, to me, purgatory is not a spicy red sauce. That's like eggs in hell.
Yeah.
And so then I had to be like, is my understanding of purgatory wrong? And apparently, did you grow up Catholic?
I'm of the Jewish faith.
So then that's a no.
Yeah.
Apparently, in Catholic theology, in purgatory, flames cleanse your soul till you go to heaven, which is like, oh, my understanding of purgatory has been wrong this whole time.
It's so
What?
interesting. It should be definitely more of a cleansing red sauce.
I guess,
More
yeah.
of
A detox.
It should envelop you with good feelings and not scorch your palate.
Right. But I thought what's your because my understanding of
Middle.
purgatory.
Middle.
Yeah. And it's where you
It's
go.
it's like yellow light.
Yes.
It's like yellow light.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
And
purgatory.
You're in purgatory, unclear which direction you're going. But according to these eggs and this woman, no, you are going to heaven. You're just in the waiting room when you're in this
so
spicy
why are you getting
sauce.
scorched out by friends
Yeah,
and neighbors?
I don't. Okay, thank
Guys,
you.
like, just chill with the spice and
All
the
right.
red sauces. Can I give a restaurant shout
Please.
out? Yang's Kitchen in Alhambra, not far from South Pasadena. That is a great restaurant.
What? Tell me about it.
It is a modern, I would say, like modern Asian bistro with lots of Chinese elements, but also feels like a French brasserie. They do oysters. They do incredible frozen yogurt. I mean, it's like you can have pastries.
Incredible frozen yogurt.
Yeah, exactly. Or ice cream. I think it's like Strauss dairy ice cream.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It might be yogurt. It's Strauss, though. You know, Strauss is that coveted. You know, you guys out here, you have Strauss, you have Weiser Farms. You know, you guys have a cult melon in Los Angeles.
We have a cult melon?
You do. It's called Weiser Farms Melon.
What is it?
It's a cantaloupe, and they do other vegetables, like you'll catch
Like Wiser?
Yeah, exactly. And they'll do like a Jimmy Nardello pepper from Weiser, and like restaurants will put the actual name of Weiser on the menu.
Sort of like when it's like something farms beef or something.
Yeah, there's like, you know, Snake River Farms,
Yeah.
beef, stuff like that. But you can get it at the farmers markets. Like I think in Santa Monica at that market, they have a booth
Weiser
there.
Farms.
But Weiser Farms melons is this cult melon in Los Angeles. We don't have it in New York. You got like give one to you on like the win side for Los Angeles, and they are doing wonderful soft serve with Strauss Dairy brand dairy and Weiser Farm melon brand melon. Yank's Kitchen's great.
I need to check this out
It's not far
because
from here.
I fell in love with soft serve when we went to Japan.
Oh yeah.
And you cannot get that kind of soft serve here because it's like Hokkaido milk, which has more fat, or there's something that has. But anyway, I'm all about soft serve, so I need to go to
Yang's is great. They are channeling that Japanese soft serve that you had. Like that's a really big part of them. So that's what I was thinking. South Pasadena, go over to Alhambra, shouting out restaurants. Let's do it.
I need to know more about this melon, though.
Yeah,
how
great.
is it different than a cantaloupe?
I mean, it is a cantaloupe. It is a cantaloupe, but they are growing them in a very unique way and like calling out these flavors. I think of it like this hyperbolic, cartoonish version of melon. Like the sweetness is
like cantaloupe written in Comic Sans.
Exactly. It's that exactly. It's like what you want to see. It's like on the outside of a fast food place. Like it's like it's like Weiser cantaloupe. Today, like it's like that. It's like a special.
If we did a blind taste test, would you be able to know the difference between a Weiser Farms melon and a cantaloupe
and a Vaughn's
cantaloupe?
Yes, I think you would be able to. I think that there's definitely, and also you're going to pay like 3x. These are not cheap. These aren't cheap melons, man.
3x.
So maybe.
So what are we talking? Like
10.
It's an expensive
11,
melon.
14. I don't know what Vaughn's is looking like these days. I think it's an expensive melon, but it's a great melon.
It's worth it. All right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sold. I'll try it.
You should try it. Yeah. Do you go to the farmer's market here? Do you have one?
The look you see on my face is me saying no, I don't. And do we have one? I don't know. There's probably something nearby.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm just not a big farmer's market person.
Why not? Let's unpack that. I think it's important. I have a point.
Let's get to your point. Or do you want me to? Okay, I'll take the slow route.
Take the slow route.
Why do I not? It feels like it's earlier than I want to be out and about. Although I have turned the corner recently, and now I cannot sleep past 6 or 7. So
good for you.
More realistic.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, thank you. Realistically, I could get out at that time.
Yeah.
It just feels like, I don't know. It feels like a concentration of people.
Okay.
And I don't know that I want to buy stuff there.
Yeah.
And also, I'm a little burned out from all my time in New York, those street festivals where it's like, oh.
The arepas, the street corn.
Oh no, I don't mean maybe they have that, but it's also just like tented kiosks selling socks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Repa people. Yeah.
Yes.
The Maza Repas.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's just like not. So I just think of a farmer's market as not a lot of stuff I want, but maybe I'm wrong.
Let me take the pro side a bit.
Please.
I think farmers markets are essential. Like you are supporting local agriculture, not to be that guy, but truly it's important to put money into the hands of these farms. A. B. I think that you are getting better product that is not being refrigerated and trucked around from Central Valley or Mexico. In New York, if you're listening to this in another city, it's trucked across the country, thinking about green footprint, all that stuff. Like, I think that's important. And I think seeing your produce within this context of the farmer's market is really cool. Like, I think that's a really great way to cook. Now, yes, it's more expensive, but I think that you have to realize that the money is going directly to the farm. It's cutting out the middleman, and you're paying a little bit more, but it's actually helping the farmers more. So I'm pro farmers market. They are fucking annoying sometimes.
Now
really,
explain why they're annoying.
Because the people, listen, no one wants to.
I don't want to wait in line for a head of something.
That's the lines can be challenging. That's, popular, Atlanta for everything. Yeah, the people and their coffees and, also like the bluegrass. I don't want to fucking hear bluegrass. Like that's the problem too. So you have to look past that. I personally just have my zone. I know where I'm going. I go to my market every week.
What do you buy?
Up in Orange County in Goshen, New York. It's a great farmer's market. Usually leafy greens. I'll buy a variety, some kind of root vegetable, for roasting. I'll definitely buy apples. We have great apples in the Hudson Valley. We have great apples in the Hudson Valley.
I know.
Let's rephrase that. We have the best apples in the Hudson Valley.
What kind of apple?
I mean, I like right now, it is August. We're recording this. This is when the apples start. These first pick apples, these really small. They're the best apples. So we'll have galas and Max, and we'll have 4 or 5 different varieties. Some have dragon in the name. Some have pink flesh.
Are you a Honeycrisp fan?
And then you've got Honeycrisp. Of course, I'm a Honeycrisp fan. I love Honeycrisp. And then I'll buy some cheese and maybe a pie if I'm feeling frisky. There's a guy who sells Polish pastries at our farmers market. Lovely guy. He is the Polish Ryan Gosling.
He's hot.
Yeah, he's a handsome man, but he looks like Ryan Gosling.
That's crazy.
Polish Ryan Gosling sells me these beautiful breakfast pastries. Yeah, and it's not annoying.
Is he trading on that, do you think?
You know what?
He should have
some
business.
Single ladies are rolling through there. Where we live, it's not far from. It's an hour and change outside the city. So there's definitely in the fall, particularly, there's a lot of weekend Airbnb, Goyle's night. Very
what's Goyle's night?
Goyle's, I say girls' night. For whatever reason, my wife Tamar has always said, girls' night out. It's always been the GOILS version of it. So it's the Goyles.
I love that.
It's a little. I think it's a Jersey inflection.
Yeah,
of the
is
term.
she from Jersey?
She's not, but we just we appropriate.
Yeah.
We're definitely
right.
But the Goyle's night, the girls are hanging out. So maybe Polish Ryan is
providing pies
leveraging
and more.
Leveraging. I don't know what.
Do you do fall foliage?
We are in the absolute zone of that where we live.
So you don't have to drive to see it.
I drive to the Planet Fitness and get to do fall foliage, leaf peeping when I'm driving.
Leaf peeping.
Yeah.
That's so perfect.
It's a wonderful place to live. I grew up in West Michigan, so I grew up around that kind of vibe, and it's beautiful. But I was going to tell you, we were off mic, but where I live in the Hudson Valley is unique because it's the very uncool part of the Hudson Valley. Because you hear about the Hudson Valley, I'm sure listeners know it's lots of weekends away, luxury resorts, lots of New York chefs, and it's great.
Is it considered upstate New York?
Yeah, it's upstate. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Upstate New York, we're close to the Catskills, we're close to the Hudson River Valley. So there's all these different ways of framing the area. It's 700 square miles, so it's not one place. So
right.
When you New Yorkers, and I was one of these before I owned a car, it's the Hudson Valley is Hudson, New York, which is further up and has a lot of kind of fancier things there, an Aesop store and some cool bakeries. But for me, the Hudson Valley is also being in this community of people who just kind of live in their lives and I go to the Planet Fitness and I have a normal grocery store and it's cool.
What's your grocery store called?
Oh, it's Stop and Shop.
Stop and Shop.
We have a Stop and Shop, and that's where I do my grocery shopping. And I love where I live because it's close to the city, but also it's not cosplaying Brooklyn because I moved from Brooklyn for a reason. But I love that about the Hudson Valley. But the perception is so off. base because people
Yeah,
think
I
it's
think
like
of
one
like
thing.
I think of bed and breakfasts,
Mm-hmm.
and I think of wine,
Yeah.
and
Further up, there's wine and
okay.
Finger Lakes, but yeah, there's like stuff like that.
and I think that it's probably adorable.
It's beautiful. I love living. I'm the Catskills. Going hiking up there is very cool. Yeah, it's cool, but like it's not one thing.
So wait, you said you left Brooklyn for a reason. What was that reason?
Sharing a 1-bedroom during the pandemic and having Zoom and my wife having a Peloton and like me doing calls for work when the Peloton's happening. And, renting.
So you needed more space.
We rented forever. And like, I love Brooklyn. Our time I had kind of passed there and wanted a little new adventure, and we settled up there. But I'm in the city 3 days a week for my job, so I'm driving in or taking the bus. It's great.
When did you get married?
2010.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you were already with your wife when I left
Yeah.
New York?
Yeah, we've been together since 2005.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you guys meet?
We met working at America Online or AOL. I was telling someone a story about this, and I said America Online, and no one knew what that was. But then I said AOL.
When you said America Online, I was like, "What is
it?
I would have gotten there eventually, but I had forgotten that that's what it was.
We both worked at AOL. Remember AOL?
Of course I do. My first email address was AOL. No, my second. My first was a college one.
College one. Oh,
yeah,
then you
EDU.
went to an EDU one is that you can hold on to the EDU for a while. We were both working.
What if I could still get into my EDU?
It'd be so great you would see like. When did you graduate?
97.
Yeah, from college.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, listen, you probably were getting probably was like Pavement playing in your college at that time.
I wish.
You're getting like a cool email about like the student activities.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm painting a picture
right.
of like,
what the kind of things that you would get. I mean, I'm trying to think if there was any like 5 college. I went to Pomona College, was part of a consortium. I'm trying to think if there's any 5 college anything.
5 colleges. Pomona is one of 5 colleges.
One of the 5 colleges in the consortium. Yeah. The other ones are Scripps, Harvey Mudd, Pitzer, Claremont McKenna.
I mean, Fat Boy Slim. It was a Fat Boy Slim concert. That was probably what it was.
Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, yeah.
While I would, No Doubt played not at our college, but like in the area quite a bit. Fishbone. I think Fishbone had played.
Good.
Oh, Ozo Motley. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
they were very big at my college.
What about 311? I feel 311 was probably in your college.
I don't recall them coming to my college. I wish. Yeah. But no, I feel like all the emails, it was just between students.
Oh, those emails.
Yeah.
Like did you do like the guy in your class that you kind of had a thing for? And write in that email and we should study.
I remember
like, picking up via email, like doing
kind of stuff like that. Yeah. And I remember one of my first sitting in front of my computer feeling aghast. My friend Jody and I were talking to this guy, Mike, and he said about our friend Brian, and he said something like, da-da-da, blink, blink, blink. He wrote blink, blink, blink.
Blink, 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 huh?
And I was like, we were like, what is that? And he's like, that's how you guys are around Brian. Because Brian was very attractive.
Dreamboat.
He was cute.
Yeah. What's Brian's last name? Can we look him up right now in real time? What's he doing?
He's a college professor.
You know where he lives.
Okay, so here's the interesting thing. No, he was a good friend of mine.
Okay.
But we've all lost touch with him a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know that he is a college professor.
His Instagram will be in the show notes, right?
Yes. But anyway, yeah. So he was like, blink, blink, blink. That's you guys. Da-da-da-da, blink, blink, blink. He was doing his impression in writing of us around this guy, Brian. And I just remember just like flushing and just feeling like, how dare he? Yeah. How dare he? He lived in Brooklyn when I was there too.
Oh,
the one who had said that.
You guys do like Brooklyn Social, have like a little meet up,
right?
Do you remember Brooklyn Social? It was like on Smith Street, like right in our neighborhood.
I remember Remember Robin Dubois?
Of course, I know Robin Dubois. Do you remember Robin Bird?
No, what's that?
That Robin Bird was. This is like a weird puzzle. It was a word game. Robin Bird was the like incredible, and there's a documentary on HBO about Robin Bird was doing like real sex positive, like kind of porn on public access.
Oh, okay,
but really like sex positive and queer, like positive, really kind of great messaging, but like lots of dicks.
I interviewed Joanna Angel. Remember her?
Oh yeah, Joanna
for Sync.
Oh jeez, that magazine.
What happened to Tony Raimondo?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Dustin would fill me in periodically. I feel like he was doing wrestling
I worked
content.
there.
You did. You worked for WWF?
Yeah, WWE. If we said
That's
F,
what I mean.
we'd be fired, basically. I worked there with that team after Sync for a year. So I was actually up in Stamford, Connecticut at the Titan Tower.
How was that?
It was a crazy, I love that job because it's given me just truly like endless stories. I worked with Shane McMahon. He was great. Really cool guy. Like really like a good boss. I got to go to like WrestleMania.
Is that Vince's son?
Yeah. Really, really terrific. It was, it was a cool idea, like to do like a real men's magazine. This is still very much that era of Maxim and
Yes.
FHM and all those, and like bring that kind of energy to the WWE world. Made a lot of friends up there. I worked with friends who I still have today, and like it was cool to work there because I would go to the cafeteria and like I'd be like waiting in line for my wrap, and like $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase is literally there because he's like an executive.
Right.
We had a dress code, which is weird. The only time I've ever had a dress code in my life. And it made sense because
what was
like,
it?
It was like,
so that you were so people. It was like shirts and skins. People knew you weren't a wrestler.
they were like basically. I think they did it because they didn't want like dudes rolling up in like fucking spandex,
Right.
At like this corporate office, publicly traded company. So we had to we couldn't wear denim, which what I still think it's funny that we had a dress code, but
Yeah.
I worked there for a year. It was a lot of stories, a lot of things I really just am not gonna say on a podcast.
Oh my
it's
God.
a crazy place,
Gotta hear
but
about it.
I think what I took away from that job mostly is that, and to this day, the wrestlers, superstars, are so talented because you're doing live television, you're memorizing scripts that are written to the minute, so it sounds very much like SNL. This is like
Right.
the same idea of SNL. Like you have a deadline, you're going at 9 p.m. on Monday, so these scripts are being written, you're memorizing them in your back room, then you're going up to perform. But unlike like Kenan Thompson, who's just like performing poorly, I love Kenan, but that's not a shot, I love that guy, or whatever cast member performing poorly, a superstar is going up into the ring, performing well, hitting the lines, hitting the marks, and then getting the shit beat out of them.
Yeah.
Like add that element to it, and you have a deep appreciation for the talent, the physical talent, and just like the comedic timing. It's a really, really rare skill.
I was never into wrestling, never really exposed to it. But then on this show, my producer recommended this guy, RJ City, who hosted, he's a former wrestler himself, and he hosted a talk show for AEW. So he's like a fantastic guest. And then through him, I started having a bunch of other wrestlers, mostly all AEW though. I had Alexa Bliss. She was my WWE person on. But
great.
yeah, so I was following it for a while.
They're
and
cool.
I got an appreciation of it.
Yeah. I mean, the actual like what is on TV, maybe not for me, but like as an art form, a true art form,
Right.
it's real. I mean,
Really
it's
interesting.
It's very interesting. Yeah.
Wanted to just quickly tell you guys about Beducated. They are a sponsor who I am so excited about and so into right now. So it's Beducated, Beducated, like educated and bed. They're a German company, and they make these courses taught by all sorts of therapists, experts, amazing people, and they cover all sorts of topics under the sexual wellness, intimacy, sexuality umbrella. And they have an approach that I think is so novel, and so like sex positive and human forward. And their approach is sex is a skill, and it can be learned and it can be taught. And the reason I think that's so sort of revolutionary is because I think we all, first of all, there's not enough discussion or instruction around this stuff to begin with. And then second of all, I think, at least I know that I felt that these are things that it's chemistry, it's human nature. It should come to you naturally. And so when maybe things aren't going as ideally as you might hope they would in that department, you feel like it's your fault and you don't know where to start, and you can begin to shut down. And then Beducated comes along and they're like, hey, you learn all these other skills. Sex is a skill just like any other. And we're going to teach you. So the way it works is you take a quick quiz. And you can get to the quiz by following the link in the episode notes of this episode. So you take a quiz and then they recommend to you the courses that they think you'd be most interested in. And I'm going to see if I can remember mine from memory. So it's desire and libido, BDSM and kink, yoni massage. Oh no, I'm forgetting. There's 3 others. And they're all so good. I have not completed all of them, but I did the desire and libido one. That's the one I started with. It's sort of like a nutrition dessert kind of thing. Like I feel like yoni massage and BDSM and kink, those are more the sort of fun topics. And then desire and libido kind of gets to, and I know this is very TMI, but sort of the bigger things that are going on because I've been married for a long time. I'm a woman of a certain age. I've had a hysterectomy. And it was more valuable than so many hours of therapy. It really felt like therapy. There's exercises you do. It really I really felt like it pushed me to go deep and kind of get to the root of a lot of things. In a way where I felt really supported as well. And then yoni massage is fun because the woman who founded the company leads the course and she demonstrates techniques on a fleshlight. And that has given me a lot of conversation fodder. I recommend Beducated highly. There's episodes where I've talked about them that weren't even sponsored. That's how much I think what they're doing is awesome. And I would love for you to check them out. So go to the episode summary, the episode notes, and find the Beducated link. Click it, take that quiz, and let me know what you think. Okay, so let's go back to your bio.
Sure.
Born in Michigan. Where'd you go to college?
I went to school at the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Okay.
So I was there 98 to 02. Very
and
cool
then
time.
You went straight to New York after that?
Yeah, I did. I worked at Fox News Channel as an intern on Fox and Friends in 1999.
I did Red Eye a lot.
Yeah.
And then I started going on some other Fox shows.
Yeah.
I did Fox and Friends a couple times.
Yeah.
So when you were interning there, who were the hosts?
Oh, Steve Ducey and Brian Kilmeade and Edie Thomas, I think her name was.
Okay.
And, their politics are not mine, but I feel
Same.
at the time, particularly like Brian Kilmeade, what a great guy to this random intern, really generous. And even Steve Ducey, he was cool with us. And I have to be honest, it was a really good experience to produce television.
Yeah. I always, not my politics either.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy going on Fox shows. The experience of it was good.
I mean, what Gutfeld, grew there and what he stands for now. I mean, it's really impressive as a production. Just growing that kind of ethic and that style is very progressive if you look back at it.
I think to me that's so very progressive.
Well, poor choice of words. Poor choice of words. But I think in terms of content, it's clearly doing podcasts before podcasts.
Yes.
On television.
Right.
And really, and you see these clowns on ESPN doing this, these hot takes. Well, that's Red Eye, your era.
Yes. Yeah. I was explaining to a friend, because she said, "What's Red Eye?" And I said it was at the beginning, it was this show that was on in the middle of the night on Fox News. And it had this feel of does Fox realize this is on? Are they aware that they're putting this out? The thing that's interesting about Gutfeld, I think, not the most interesting thing, but something that I think about is that my sense of him before the Fox News stuff, he was so he came from the world of magazines.
Stuff Magazine. I applied for a job one time and wrote Greg an email and an edit has never heard back. But I was really bummed because I loved that era of Stuff Magazine that Greg Gutfeld was in charge of.
Right.
Very funny magazine.
Yes. Did you know Mike Olson?
No.
Okay. But you know Bill Schultz, right?
Yeah.
So I always had heard of this guy Gutfeld because I knew a lot of those guys and I had written for those magazines and they wrote for me a bit at Time Out New York. And so the Gutfeld, it was he was spoken about, he was this larger than life figure and he was in England at this point. But what I knew about him is that he had essentially been fired up repeatedly because he would pull these stunts that were too I don't know, too much for corporate.
Yeah.
So then they were like, okay, we got to take him out of this public facing position. And then so eventually he was like in England. So there was this sense that he's like got this self-destructive streak, anti-authoritarian self-destructive streak, rebellious. And yet he's been able to hang on to this Fox job for so long. It's interesting.
Well, I mean, it's purely based on audience, and he has clearly massive fans.
Yes.
And particularly for like late night fans, like are rabid because they can like they have jobs that bring them home, or they just have habits where they listen and view late. And he has that unique ability to moderate a panel and also and very much in the Bill Maher kind of way. Like he understands the dynamics and can switch on a dime to like get some TV gold happening. And I don't watch a lot of Red Eye. I have watched it, and yeah, you give respect for people who can continue to have an audience, even if we don't agree with the politics. I think the performance is like Hall of Fame material.
What I appreciate about him, and what I appreciate in anyone, I appreciate this, my former boss, Adam Carolla, when someone can pivot to making a silly joke, I always like, it's like my soul goes like, a tiny bit, especially when you're talking about something contentious like politics.
Yeah, I mean, you need that
the levity
humor to like break it sometimes, or you need the humor to prove a point, which I think is why Maher is so brilliant. Like you need that; it just like hits harder, when you're adding humor to it. Where do you fall in Maher right now?
I don't see a lot of his stuff.
Okay.
Probably. Politically, some of his takes I think are really like stupid and annoying and kind of hectoring, but there are certain things that I do agree with him. As I have swung a bit more toward, I'm still Democrat, but I've swung a little more towards the center.
Sure.
I think I had been more like truly progressive at one point, and it's not. Sometimes I think like, am I swinging toward the center because my politics have changed, or because these people over here, the super far left, have annoyed the fuck out of me by being like so fucking annoying? And I don't want that to happen. I don't want to find myself rooting against people I sort of actually agree with because they alienated me so much, even though that, like, I think that's something they need to fucking keep in check.
I mean, the MAGA blue element is MAGA blue right now is troubling.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going politics now, but like,
I know,
and I know that's not usually my platform, but it's truly destructive.
So many people online. This is only online. That's the thing. In real life, it's only online, and then you go like, okay, so just don't look at it. But like, so many people are declaring to me, "Oh, you're MAGA." I'm like, I couldn't be further from MAGA. Fuck off. Like, that is in your playbook.
That's why it's like a MAGA blue element when you're calling people out who don't agree with you for being something that you're not. Like, it's just like truly textbook. So like, why the alienation?
Yes.
Like,
and also like, okay, to get political. Did you see Megan Romer from the DSA, her interview with David Remnick? So she's the co-chair of the DSA.
I'm very aware of that interview.
You are? Okay.
Very aware of it, yeah.
Oh my God. Like, she should... I mean, it was 8,000 kinds of bad, and it almost makes you go, I don't actually think this, but it almost makes you go like, is this bankrolled by Republicans? Because this is going to give them so much to campaign on. Yeah,
it was not a savvy use of words, and I haven't read much about the fallout of that interview, but it was deeply troubling to me.
I've just seen a lot of people dunk on it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people who are backing her up.
No. Well, thankfully.
Yes. Yeah. Thankfully,
I mean,
actually.
It's as a Jewish person, it was tough to hear that. And I think we don't need that kind of division in the Democratic Party.
Right.
Because I think we all, in many topics, and we can like maybe take the plane away from Israel and the Middle East and think about domestic things. Like, we're all on the same page, and we need to like be together.
Yeah.
If November is going to go our way. And it was just deeply troubling as a Jewish person to hear that.
And just a person with a brain. Like she did not, the thing about like, so you don't agree with sending any, weapons to Ukraine. No, we should be sending diplomats. Why haven't we tried diplomacy? Like, come on. It's been, it struck me as very collegiate.
Yeah. I don't know where she stands in that party right now, but it was a tricky interview for me.
She should be jobless.
Yeah. We went politics.
I know.
What's the button for politics? Is there a sound effect for politics? Because I think it's not
Patreon.com.
That was accidental.
You are such a capitalist there.
I
You're
know.
shilling your subscription.
Here's my son.
Shut up, you fucking bitch.
Wow, your son has got some. The timbre in his voice is great.
Shut up, you fucking bitch.
Was that like in real time during an argument, or was he just doing a bit? Yeah.
He was on the show.
Okay.
I believe it was a Patreon episode.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/Allison Rosen.
And I said to him, why don't you, this makes me sound awful. I said, why don't you tell them all of your bad words? Okay. So I was
dream for a child.
I was giving him an opportunity to share all of them.
A dream.
So it's pretty funny. I don't have it right here, but it's like, shut up, you bitch, shut up, you dog.
Wow.
Like a lot of dog, you dog.
Damn.
Yeah, but
Wow.
you could tell, and yeah, so that comes from that.
That comes from that. It's a great to have the context.
Yeah.
Important to have
now
the context.
You know. Okay,
Yeah.
so Michigan, and then college, and then interned at Fox News. What did you major in?
I majored in English, but I worked at the
I was
college
an English
paper.
major as well.
English lit?
We just called it English.
You called it English at Pomona.
Yeah. There was also separately a literature major, which was more criticism based.
I think we were just not. It wasn't creative writing. That's why we did it.
Yeah.
So you were reading like your Miltons. You were reading your Chaucer's. Yeah, all your Miltons and your Chaucers. But I worked at the college paper, so that was like where journalism started for me, and it really hasn't stopped. Like I was editing a section. I was writing
What section?
The art section. So I was an arts editor.
Were you guys using InDesign? What were you using?
Let's talk. We were doing this in 98, 99. So literally we were using Quark Express and we're literally pasting up. So I was
doing paste up at my high school newspaper.
So it's the same era. Like we were, I think by my senior year, we were finally exporting PDFs to the printer. But before that, we were literally printing out on laser, like X-Acto knifing.
You had to be so careful not to get the
You didn't want to cut off letters.
You don't want to make it diagonal.
And like using like wax
Yes.
on these boards and these light boards and like pasting up. Like we were in like Little House on the Prairie journalism.
Yeah.
Like, it was wild that like my career has spanned from pasting up to like, TikTok. So
crazy.
It's cool. So that's where I got the journalism bug. And then I interned at Spin Magazine between my junior and senior year. So I got to work at Spin with some terrific people and really just like started writing about music. And that's where the first part of my career was kind of at.
What kind of music were you into?
I worked at MTV as well for about a year. So I moved to New York in 2002. Like I lived in the East Village above Niagara. Like I lived in this
the Strokes.
Like literally were my neighbors in a weird way, or going to
the
pianos.
Walkmen.
I love the Walkmen. I actually
Interpol.
All of them.
I like Walkmen too.
So Daniel Kessler, I'm not sure when this is coming out, but I have an episode for This Is Taste with Daniel Kessler from Interpol.
Oh, cool.
Which is really fun because we both are of a similar age, and like we both he's a little younger, I think, and we both were talking about early 2000s East Village food, and it's so interesting how. Now, like I was in my early 20s there, and like all I cared about was going to shows and like barely eating San Loco to survive.
Yeah.
But now, which is so cool about my job covering food, is like if you're in your early 20s, you're actually thinking about like getting that reservation on Resi and like spending your money not on necessarily on concerts, but on reservations.
Right.
So it's a total cultural shift. And so like at that time, I liked that indie rock world. I always liked the British bands.
Yeah.
I was like big into like Britpop, and like that was like my zone for sure, like Super Furry Animals and Blur. I used to DJ at Motor City. Do you remember Motor City?
Where
down
was that?
On down on Lower East Side on what was on Ludlow.
Okay.
Really cool bar. But yeah, that was like my existence in the early 2000s was mostly music.
What did you do at MTV?
I was a PA, so I was like working. It was a cool job because I was working in the news department, and I worked with all the correspondents.
1515?
Yeah, I worked at 1515. I worked with like Kurt Loder and John Norris was a friend, Gideon Diego, like these guys that we all know from that era if you're of a certain age.
Yeah.
And they're really talented people. And I was like helping getting some TV production here. I was doing so every day they would actually record those 10 to the hour breaks. If you remember MTV, it would be programming, and then 10 to the hour would be this break of news. And it's so cool. Like that was really important, I think, for covering news. Like the Gulf War was happening at the time, and really we were covering the election. And so to do those, it's like a daily newscast. We had to create a B-roll stringer reel of all sorts of video content to go with the scripts, and my job was to compile the tapes. And I like really didn't have, I was like super underqualified for that job because I was more of a writer and editor. I wasn't really a TV production guy. So, but I got to work at 1515 with some cool people, and the TRL was happening then too. So, you know, being on the TRL stage during live was cool. Like that, I thought my career would be television. I really like, I loved Regis and Kathy Lee. Like I loved it as a kid. as a straight boy, very very rare.
Right.
Like,
it was a good show, though.
It was a good show.
Good. They had good chemistry.
Great chemistry. I loved the morning television. That's why I ended up at Fox and Friends. I really thought I would produce morning television. I just loved the idea of like every day these cool people with a movie or like an author come on the set and talk about it.
Right.
I just loved the format. So I thought I'd work in television. I ended up working at Court TV a little bit. And then I just like realized, like, honestly, people who work in TV aren't really into writing. Maybe not so interested in the journalism that I was interested in doing. So I think that's when I moved to magazines.
This is interesting. Are you talking about the actual usage of words and language, or are you talking about the bringing the stories?
I mean, frankly, some of the television people I worked with were like subliterate. Like not really into reading and culture and like really into pop culture, and that was it. So I just wanted to surround myself as a young writer with people who were all about ideas and like writing and reporting and creating things with words, because at that time that was what journalism was.
Right.
And I was unsatisfied in television with that personally. So I wanted to move to like, we're actually going to work on a 1,000-word story and like write and edit and have like that world versus like, we're going to like find the 5-second shot from literally Britney Spears.
Right.
Which is not really what I was thinking
well,
about.
in television, you really, especially those formats, like you can't go deep. They're not trying to go deep.
Yeah.
It was early reels.
It was. And like, that's a real art form. I just wasn't like hanging out in that museum. Like I wanted to be in a different
It was
world.
hard. So I would go on Weekend Today in New York.
Yeah.
And do
Love
a
it.
segment.
Yeah.
I did Best Bets, talking about what's going on in the city. And
Cool.
I did that every week. And I loved it. And then they had me do a few packages for them. And that was a challenge. I really wanted to do it. But sitting there, like logging the tape and then writing the story and all of that was like a skill set that I tried to learn it, but I didn't really have it. But yeah, it's very different.
It's different, and you have to like really do reps for that. Like the other
Yes.
side, which is like writing and editing, you need to do reps. My reps had always been in like words on the page and
Same prose.
hadn't been prose versus like the actual technical stuff in like, the Avid or whatever the editing software was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you decided. So then, where'd you go from there?
I from there I worked at Sync, so we've covered that. I worked in magazine, worked at WWE, and then like in 2007 I helped launch ill named website called Metro Mix, which was,
I remember that name.
a lot of people may remember it who are in Chicago. It was like a Chicago thing, and we for 4 years I had a really cool group of people I worked with, like very talented, and that's when food started. Like right then, like before that I had done some writing for Time Out and Food, but so I became the music editor and the associate restaurant editor. So I was covering music and food. It was a great job for 4 years. And this was really at the dawn of like digital media in many ways and social media in many ways. So I did that for 4 years and really got to know the restaurant community in New York through that job and just interviewing people.
And then what happened after that?
After that, I worked in another food publication called Food Republic. I was there for 4 years, and I started writing cookbooks at that point. So I was working on my first cookbook, which is called Koreatown, and I wrote a book about Korean.
That is why when I contacted you, I thought maybe you were living here now.
Oh, yeah.
Because I heard Koreatown and I thought LA Koreatown.
Definitely. I spent a lot of time in LA in like 2014, 2015 working on that book. And I wrote it with my friend Dookie Hong, who's a chef in San Francisco. And we collaborated in this cool book that really talked about Korean American food, kind of one of the early cookbooks to do that. And many know where Korean food is now in the world of food. It's truly one of the most important cuisines in all of food. So it was cool to like cover that. So I've subsequently wrote 2 more books, one with a chef named Daniel Holzman, who has a restaurant here in Los Angeles, a couple restaurants called Danny Boy's Famous Original. I'm plugging the shit out of it. It's good pizza.
Okay.
Got a place up in Sherman Oaks now. And then fast forward to 2016, and I launched Taste, and I've been doing that for the past decade.
Taste, the online magazine, which also has video and podcast.
Yeah. So we launched our pod in 2018.
What made you want to do it, and how did you do it?
I built it with the singular goal of telling stories about food culture and not doing listicles and not doing service journalism, which is important at the time. But 2016, lots of listicles still happening, lots of food coverage that was based on like the venues. And like what I wanted to do is make a magazine where we were covering, Afghani cuisine in Pakistan. Like we sent a writer to do that. Like we were covering like lots of cultures that maybe in the other food publications were being covered as like lists or like the top 10 Thai restaurants, but we were like covering Thai cooking traditions in a way that was entertaining and cool. So like we were all about, and we still are to this day, reporting food culture stories. And we have a great history of this. And many writers who from our alumni is amazing. How
frequently do you come out? Does a new issue come out?
Well, we don't.
Or is it a website?
It's a website, so it's like an online magazine. We have dabbled in print. We've done cookbooks, and we have a book coming out in the fall. But we mostly are just a publication, like any online publication. We publish with frequency. We have newsletter, and we have this podcast, which we've been doing since 2018. It's been great.
Do you have a big staff?
It's not a big staff. It's a small staff. But we're small but mighty.
And are you like the editor in chief? What's your title?
Yeah, editor in chief and founder. And I've been there for 10 years. But on the podcast we have a really talented producer, Clayton. Eliza is the co-host and works on the stories with me.
It's impressive to be successful in media.
Thank you.
These days,
it's hard.
Yeah,
appreciate that. I have support from Penguin Random House. I've worked there for 10 years, so this is a unique publication where we work within Penguin Random House. So we work with our authors. So it's cool to be within a bigger organization. It's hard. It's changed so much in the decade I've been doing this.
Did you approach Penguin Random House, or like how did that happen?
We were there was they wanted to launch this publication, and they were seeking an editor in chief, and I had happened to publish with them, and I knew some of the people there. But it was a pretty traditional like edit test. I took the edit test and did some chatting about what I was interested in doing, and it worked out. But it's not.
They wanted to do a food magazine.
They did. They wanted to do exactly what I ended up doing.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was very, very cool to see it play out 10 years later. It was like we did exactly what we wanted to do, which was like create an independent food magazine covering the culture of food, but also tying in our authors. Because where I work, Crown Publishing, Clarkson Potter, 10-Speed Press, we publish incredible authors, Martha Stewart, Ina Garten, Allison Roman, Molly Baz, like really cool. And then we have like restaurant books, and we have books that are, The Walks of Life was one of our authors. Like we have a really talented editorial team that finds like rising stars.
So you have them writing for you?
Nope, we don't. So that's definitely a very good question. It's not like them writing for us. We're not like copy and pasting their book material and putting on the website. Like it's totally
separate.
Own thing.
Yeah.
But like the one thing now today is like many of our authors appear on This Is Taste. Your
podcast.
We just had Carla Lawley's interview on Today, a conversation. I don't like to say interview; it's a conversation.
A conversation that makes sense.
Yeah, but we had her on. We just published her third book.
You know what I don't like?
What don't you like?
When an author is appearing in conversation with.
It's a little bit snobby.
It's a little pretentious.
It's a little pretentious. Like in conversation is it's like a little NPR. It's a little NPR.
What does it communicate that what's the another way to say in conversation with?
I mean,
interviewed by.
I mean, the
Q&A
worst
with.
is fireside chat too. That's even worse. But
yeah, thankfully you don't see that. Too much,
I think
like,
in conversation means it's like not like a tell me this story of your life. It's like the host of the conversation is also saying some things about the world as a whole. It's like it's a conversation. It's a dialogue.
Right.
In dialogue. What about in dialogue?
No, thank you.
That's
not for like if you're going to go see someone at Book Soup or something. I don't know if Book Soup is even around anymore.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I don't
know.
think it might be. Yeah.
In conversation, like is this Matt Rodbard in conversation with Allison Rosen?
I think we're not combative. We're not.
No, you're right. It's not a debate.
No,
it's not head to head.
We're not head to head. I mean, I think Amy Poehler hang.
That's in conversation with.
We're hang. I mean, it's a hang. We're not having
Amy, I invented your show.
So Amy was on early days, I bet, right? You had
no, but I do love her. I do like
your
her a lot.
backlist. If you are this far in the pod, you know this, but the comics you had on, it's like crazy.
Thank you.
It's so cool to go back to those episodes and listen to some of these folks. Like, I mean, I feel like John Early's first interview was with you.
Oh,
probably.
I don't know if it was his first, but we went very deep.
Did you?
In fact, he didn't promote it. And I always wondered if it's because he shared too much.
And is that behind a paywall? Is that available?
No,
on the
it's
feed?
available. It's available on the feed.
Do you rerun the episodes?
Sometimes I do.
I think
yeah.
you should. Obviously, great conversations there.
I called an encore.
An encore.
Here I am. I'm
Presentation.
bitching about in conversation with, and yet I call it an encore. I call it an encore.
Will you add
occasionally?
Could you recontextualize in the opening and say like?
Sometimes I do. Yeah.
Like, do you do like the Marin thing? Like he used to do the thing where like they would die and then you would like, run it.
I did that when Harris Whittles died.
Okay. Yeah. I've had. Yes, yeah. It's tough. Like you want to honor.
You want to honor them. Okay. Yeah. I will put a new context on the top sometimes.
I know you're tight with Marin. I mean, or were, maybe you still are. Do you think he misses podcasting? I have theories.
I like him. I've had him on the show.
Yeah.
I know him a bit. I have not talked to him in a long time.
Yeah.
So here's what I think. It's my full candid, just based on being alive for a long time. I think that had everything been going, this is an obvious thing to say, but had everything been going gangbusters with the show, they would have kept it going. So there was something that wasn't working anymore. And I think that I heard they talked about this pressure to do video, which we all feel, which they didn't really want to do.
Yeah.
Does he miss it? Probably a bit, yeah.
I think he misses it tremendously. I think he, like, that was like what, it was oxygen. I think he like jumps on live sometimes. I mean, I love Mark Maron's comedy. Like, I've seen him live many times and like, I miss that show in some ways. I feel like it was vital. It was important to have that weekly conversation and really interviews are hit or miss. That's like any show. And this may be a big miss for people. They stopped
no
at
way.
like 20 minutes.
No, they liked the recommendations.
But like Mark, like get back on. Like you took your break.
Yeah, come back.
Get back on.
It was a hiatus.
Jump back into the game.
It was a hiatus. I played in a band for a period of time and I quit and then I came back.
You come back, Mark, and you do video. Like just fucking do video.
Just do it.
Just put the video on. It doesn't have to be fancy. You already do video on the vertical video. Just do the video. Maybe
you can get him back.
Maybe do it once a week.
Does he have food thoughts?
I had Mark on. It wasn't a podcast, but I interviewed Mark on a stage in Austin, Texas one time.
Oh, you were in conversation with?
I was in conversation.
Was it for South by Southwest?
He was there for Austin, the comedy festival, and we were there for something else. And he ended up on stage, and we talked about coffee and barbecue. He was a very, very fascinating guy. I really enjoyed that conversation. I actually literally had no idea who the fuck he was. Like literally, like I was like this comic. Like it was like it was like that long ago. I was like, I don't know who this guy is. But so those old episodes though, I feel like they're important. Do you consider it a little bit about? Do you consider like oral history, like having those on record?
A bit. I mean,
I think
thank you. That's sort of heady, but yeah, I sometimes think like I have this back catalog with big names talking about real stuff. Maybe I should be releasing them more.
I think you
Because
really
I think people have forgotten about them.
they're like timestamps and like
Yeah.
this is like Smithsonian shit. Like some of these people, like you're covering them earlier in their careers, and you have like a quality recording seemingly of like their thoughts in like 2015, 16.
So if you were me, what would you do? Would you do like a third day a week that's
Yeah.
just do like a classics?
Yeah. I don't think your audience would hate that. I think that there's ways to recontextualize it at the top where you give like a 5-10 minute monologue.
Yeah.
And how about this? Maybe they fucking come back
Ooh,
after
that's
they hear that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, come back
Yeah.
on
that's
the
a
show.
good idea.
Come to the is this the cabin?
The pod cabin.
The pod cabin. Come to the pod cabin.
Right. It before they were
Mark
on
Maron.
it might have been in like Dining Room Studios,
Dining Room
which is my old place.
That was the one in second place.
That was the second place
Second
that
place,
I recorded at Brooklyn,
Yeah.
and then Adam Carolla's studio, and then Dining Room Studios, and now the Pod Cabin. Marin, though, I went to him, so I was in his garage.
What about a rewatch or re-listen with
I have
audio
thought
commentary?
I have thought about that so frequently,
commentary.
and you know what stops me? Having to actually do it, but I'm like, I need to do that. I want to do that.
So that's maybe the in, because what you're doing is you're having a
It's a
playback.
new-
of,
yeah.
You had names and people. Let's drop some names.
Bob
Yes.
Saget, Mark
I
Maron.
mean, he can't.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't do it.
R.I.P.
Oh, sorry.
He can't do the rewatch. I mean, that's
You're I see. I thought you meant me listening and talking about
Oh,
it,
you
but
could
no.
do that. That's easier. Obviously, I'm just saying, like, listen, like, invite name drop.
Theo Vaughn,
Maybe not. Moving on. Other cool ones.
Fred Armisen.
Yeah, like bring Fred Armiston back, but like do it in a way where you are in this cabin with Fred Armiston, and you're listening back, and you listen to 5 minutes of the tape, and then you cut, and then like
talk about it.
like thoughts, Fred,
Right.
about
right. He's couple marriages ago.
couple, maybe not Fred, but like maybe someone like maybe stop drinking, maybe make some,
Right.
like,
Yes.
there's a way, and you're great, like to get into what was on your mind there, and I think it'd be a fun way to revisit somebody's career
Yeah.
or moment
Right.
and have them do fresh stuff like here in the cabin.
That's interesting. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I'd listen. I would absolutely listen. I would actually probably pay.
You'd pay to
The
listen.
Patreon.
Oh,
I'm pointing at the laptop. I would pay Patreon.
Patreon.com/Allison Rosen.
I would actually pay for that. I would actually give it.
and also you might be interested in.
Substack.
If I were to put it there, who knows?
You know, are you doing 50, doing 60? What's your Substack costing these days? 75?
I think it's in the 70s for a month.
70 for a month. For
a year. Excuse me.
I'm doing the annuals. I'm not. You can do monthly.
Yeah, I think that it's.
It's like 10 and 72.
I think it's 70. Yes, that sounds right. Because you get a break if you do the annual. So I think it's like 70 something.
I love when people are cute with it. Like 10 and 73.
Yeah.
10 and 88.
Right.
Or 14 and 105. Like they're pricing produce.
Yeah. Wait, what do you think of Bill Maher?
I think he's great. Like I think that.
Do you listen to Club Random?
Fuck no.
Okay, thank you.
No chance. That's
No one
not
does.
that's not where I want to hang when I'm like running. I do think he I thought the sit down with Trump was interesting in the fallout and his response, and Larry David's kind of corny ass response, which was lame as hell, frankly.
I missed all of that somehow.
But I think Bill Maher is really speaking clear views that in a very confusing time for a lot of people and a lot of emotions, he's saying things that offers clarity to situations, and you may disagree with him fully, but at least it's a clear voice,
right?
Which I think is a skill. Has he been on?
No. He's a bit of a dick.
Oh yeah, that's his brand. I mean, there's a profile I think in the New Yorker or New York Times where he kind of like it was his inner energy with the reporter was kind of rude and weird.
I for a long time I disliked him actually, because when I was a stringer for Random Notes for Rolling Stone, I had interviewed him at the it was the finale of Mr. Show, and they had a show at the El Rey and Yola Tango were there, so I was interviewing a lot of people, and I made just colossal amateur mistake, which is they were like, here's so and so from the network, she's your liaison, like your liaison to go up to,
Was it like a red carpet line or was it?
No, it was just a
like
party.
backstage?
It was it was just a party. Other people, like a celeb studded party. I did the same thing at the MTV VMAs. I eschewed the liaison because I came from a music journalism world where you have a bit of there's like publicists are there to gatekeep. They're not there to be on your side. Yeah. Such a colossal misunderstanding of what was going on, because like they were there to help me
100%.
Get the interviews, but I was like, I can
you.
do it myself. So I was approaching people on my own. Now, 99% of people were super cool, but there were a couple people who were like, who is this girl approaching me? Are you really with Rolling Stone? And Bill Maher was one of them. So he was like, you're not really with Rolling Stone, are you? And I was like, no, yeah, I am.
Was you like, show your Rolling Stone press identification?
Ben Stiller was the other one who was like that.
Did you wish at that point that you had a hat with
I wish
press
I did.
on it?
I did, yeah.
One of those hats?
The best thing though is I was telling
Ben Stiller, notorious.
I was telling another writer about this who also did this kind of stuff with me. And Hunter S. Thompson made her go home and get a Rolling Stone pay stub.
That is very interesting.
So I held grudges against Bill Maher and Ben Stiller for a long time because I felt like they were mean to me.
Yeah.
However, when I was on the Adam Carolla show, it had a very, very big listenership. And so I would get people approaching me a lot, and everyone was, like it's that 99% thing. 99%, everyone was nice. However, I could see where you would begin to be guarded and feel like I could just see where more Ben Stiller than Bill Maher. I guess I could see where he would just be like, people are approaching me all the time, I don't know. And so most people were very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a certain level of celebrity. You have to be like, you have to go through the proper channels.
Yeah.
Like they just won't talk to random people because it's a liability. So maybe a little grace for Ben Stiller, but I
guess, but everyone else.
I hate to do that.
Everyone else. But like, I think this was a private party. Like, I don't think everyone, I don't know.
It's not for chuckleheads. So when you were doing these carpets, like at the VMAs, which one was that?
1998.
Okay, interesting. I was at the Taylor Swift Kanye one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, I was working the carpet and
for who at that point?
For Metro Mix at that time. We had a camera, I think. I don't remember the setup, but I remember vividly that when Kanye walked by, he had like a almost empty bottle of Hennessy in his hand, like on the carpet. I was like, okay, this is gonna be an interesting night. And it was.
That was
the night, the Taylor.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah, that was that one. It was at Radio City.
Oh my God.
Do you miss party reporting in any way at all?
I miss feeling like I was in the mix.
Yeah.
I miss the access.
Yeah.
I miss feeling like I was like in the mix. I miss the access. I don't miss red carpets. I don't really miss
red
that.
carpets were the worst. I covered a lot of carpets. They were really hard for me because it was extremely fucking stupid. The whole thing was fucking stupid.
And it makes you hate the person to the left and to the right of you.
Oh, those people. Well, we were always better prepared than them, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, we were the better journalists.
Yeah.
And I remember the red carpets I really liked were I actually covered like the red carpet, the James Beard Awards a couple times.
I could see that.
But this was my thing and it was really fun. I would bring like this old pan and I cut up a bunch of random questions and they were like really twisted.
That's a good idea.
And I had them grab the question out of the pan.
Yeah. That's fun.
And it sucks. We never did it for video. It was always for print. It was always for but it was always fun because they would like squirm a little bit.
Right.
Sometimes.
When perhaps this happened on the show that you were on, my Ustream show, I would pull questions out of a double boiler.
Interesting. You and I were channeling the same that's why we are journalists.
This is old school, yes. But also
so we were capital J journalists here.
Let's talk about something for a minute.
Yeah.
I feel like with social media, there is this trend toward when someone is being interviewed and they're a dick about the questions, everyone defends them against the journalist. Like, well, it's about having boundaries and she shouldn't have asked that and blah, 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 blah. And, and I'm always very defensive of the journalist. Like, that's the job. But I don't feel like it's the job anymore.
It's not the job anymore.
I don't like that.
It's all access journalism based on approved questions. That's what celebrity journalism is
Grody.
now. It's grody and it's a lot of same and like that's why I like people like Kara Swisher who are like fuck these guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like interview them hard and like that's why we like those shows. But on the celebrity side, yeah, it's like all junket land and
it's like
super
okay
controlled.
to ask an edgy question.
I don't listen to Amy. We've mentioned Amy a few times. Is she asking hard questions in those interviews?
I haven't listened to a ton, but no, it's general. It's like it's conversation.
It's more convo.
Yeah.
Like I agree with you fully. I side with the journalist. You kind of sometimes want the hard, squirmy question.
Yeah.
It's not maybe the tone. It's not, there's a hit piece. That's one thing, but like asking some tougher questions that are like polite too. That's the other thing. Like some journalists ask impolite questions and like they're clowns. Like don't like it's rude to ask certain things of people.
Right.
Like because like doesn't mean like a celebrity should answer every question. So there's like a little bit of a contract there.
I guess I'm just saying, how about more understanding for what the job is of the interviewer?
Yeah, but we're also talking about celebrity journalism, which is like it's like not
it's a
really
silly thing.
But I think you look at like things like the tech world or the business world and like those journalists, like yes, they're very softball shows. Like How I Built This is
right,
and that's cool. Like people love that show. But it's not like about digging in. But like we need our journalists to ask the hard questions.
Yes.
And particularly in this format, you and I, Mike's in the face, like this format, you can't hide.
Yeah.
And you can't, I said hide in a very Midwestern way.
Hide.
I always get dinged by my wife on the way I say hide.
What else do you say?
Milk.
Do you say bag?
Bag.
For bag?
Of course I do. Of course I do. You got some Midwestern friends. Bag.
Do you know Laura Lou?
Oh my
Did you
God.
ever know her? Did you know her? Yeah, she says bag.
Been 20 years since is she
She's
good?
So I only talk to her occasionally on social media now.
Okay.
But she has a farm called Happy Song Farm in Minnesota, I believe.
Good for her.
And
awesome.
she does all sorts of stories where she shows like her pigs and her chickens, and she has a little farm stand where she actually bakes a lot and and she has to make soap, and it's really cool.
She puts those cookies into the bags. Into the bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she
into
does.
the bag.
Laura's cool. I remember.
She's a great writer.
Well, we went on the little thing about celebrity journalism, but I think
Yes.
journalism is important. But I think ultimately when it comes to the population's pushback on journalists writ large is because of it's truly Trump and fake news.
Yeah.
He's conditioned people to think journalists are bad.
Right.
And say like they're not telling the truth. And obviously that's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And like not the case.
Yeah. Hey, Trump.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
Word.
Speaking of word, let's do words.
Oh, great. I love it.
What words do you like? Do you like? What words do you like? Do you like?
I like it.
What word do you like?
I thought about this a lot. I could have gone like dictionary style, but I actually have a word that is actually more of an acronym.
Great.
And it's pretty loaded.
A loaded acronym.
It's P&L.
Profit and loss?
Yeah. Here's why it's
tell.
the word I love.
Oh, okay.
You're talking to a founder in a conversation. You're talking to anyone in life, and like you're just like, I have this company, it's really great, and like I dream big, and I want to like this new jam is like going to revolutionize jam because it's high protein, high fiber.
For fiber maxers.
It's gonna like give you antioxidants and all that stuff, and like you like talk to people about like everything in their life. I'm just giving an example of like a food company, and like it's all like kind of cheery and stuff, and then like all of a sudden someone's like, well, our P&L. We're cash flow positive on the P&L. It's like a word that just holds power. It's like when someone drops the term P&L into conversation, it's like this guy means business. This guy might be an MBA. This guy might be a billionaire one day. This is the guy I want to know.
The P&L
If
guy.
you just like say like P&L, just like say that word.
It's got cachet.
It means that like we're talking real things here. We're talking numbers.
Right. We're grounding it. We're out off of vibes, and we're on dollars.
We're dollars, and like we're talking about P&L guidance. We're talking about P&L
don't know what
positivity.
Well, I
I'm
don't
just
know what
making
any of.
shit up.
Oh, okay.
I watch Squawk Box like once a year, and I get these words.
What's Squawk Box?
That's that show on CNBC.
Oh, okay.
Like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., like stock prices.
Got
and
it.
Stuff. Yeah. So I think I love words that hold a lot of power and mean a lot. And I just think
It's very concrete. Is that why you like it?
I just like the way it commands, like, because like a lot of people might not know what P&L is. So you're like the guy just like dropping a random term about business, but it means like, I'm doing business here.
Right.
I actually have a business because I have a P&L. I have a P&L. My business has a P&L.
Yeah. Does yours have a P&L?
Yes, it does.
It must, right?
Yeah. I mean, all businesses should have a P&L.
How frequently are you running a P&L report?
It's not that frequent, I must say.
Mm-hmm.
I think like when I work with like a friend on their company or talk about their top line revenue versus their gross profit margin,
Right.
And we're talking about like trajectories of both of those, and we're talking about EBITDA. I didn't want to say EBITDA.
What's EBITDA?
Earnings before interest, tax, amortification. I said that wrong. Sorry.
Amortization?
That's it. Yeah, that one. I don't know that word. Yeah.
Amortization.
So it's like your earnings, like what you're
EBITDA.
making before you have to like back out a bunch of other things that you have to.
Now that's different than, so that's before net though. But why would that not be the gross?
You
know what? We don't need to know.
I think EBITDA is like trying to isolate this number that outside of your tax burden.
Got it.
Because that's a variable
Yeah.
based on your lots of things.
Right.
But they want to like really know like, is the business earning money
Yeah.
before you have to back out, pay taxes,
Right.
or get a refund, whatever it may be on your side. So, but like backing up like EBITDA, that is another word in the same idea. But if you just drop the word P&L into your normal conversation,
I'm gonna do that.
It just means you mean business.
Yes.
Literally.
Right.
You mean business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's a great one. I'm going to start dropping I've never ever say P&L.
Yeah.
Look how far it's gotten
Just
me.
drop into conversation. Next time you're talking to like the people who are like doing the Quince ads.
Yeah.
Be like, Quince ad guys, like what's our P&L?
Right.
What's the P&L like? What's your Q4 P&L looking like?
Oh my God.
Just say things like that. You
don't even have to know what you mean, it sounds like.
No.
EBITDA is coming up too.
EBITDA.
Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
I just had a memory.
Yeah.
I'm interrupting my own segment.
Love it.
I went to dinner with you and Dustin in Brooklyn, and you both wanted to order the same thing, but it's like we can't order the same thing. And I was like, why? And it's just a thing that you couldn't order the same thing.
Me and Dustin were like totally like having like our theories.
A sword
about it.
fight. I don't know.
A sword fight. Were we at like Savoya on Smith Street? You remember Savoya?
I don't.
I feel like maybe, I don't know why.
What was it?
It was a really
it
cool.
Thai?
It was a pizzeria. It was really good.
No, we weren't. It wasn't pizza.
Yeah. I mean, that's like it was like a food thing. We wanted to like
Taste lots of
we
food.
wanted to see the range of the chef's skills.
Okay.
Truly.
So you were already looking at food.
Yeah, I think at that point, 05, like I'd started writing a little bit for Time Out on freelance, and like, I'd done some writing.
I think I remember walking down Smith Street though. Maybe it could it have been Savoya?
It could have been. I think that's the kind of place where like,
You wouldn't-
three platonic friends would hang and have like a chill night.
Maybe it was because I do recall going down Smith Street.
Yeah.
I miss Brooklyn a lot.
That era of Brooklyn, the early 2000s, anyone who listens may know it. It was a special time. Really cool time.
All right. What is your just mirror everyone?
Hotels. Checking out. The 5 minutes before you walk out the door to give the key and go on your way. It's fucking crazy for me right at that last 5 minutes. It's a crazy period of time.
What are you doing?
I'm doing magic hands. And I wonder if people out there do the same thing, because I travel a bit for this job, and sometimes it'll be like this trip where I've had 3 hotel rooms in 6 days, and I'm just like, and I'm doing production and like interviews and shit. Like I'm fucking terrified of forgetting something.
Yes.
Because I know, especially early in the trip, that it'll actually fuck me so hard in the end if I forget like a key charger thing. Now it's a little easier to charge, or if I forget a piece of clothing. So like that 5 minutes before leaving the hotel room is like a very important time in my life.
Are you looking in every single nook and cranny of the hotel room? That's what I'm doing.
What I'm leading to. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if people actually. So I know I've traveled with people who are like literally just like they just like roll out, and like I'm like, yo, they just like roll
Excuse
out.
me? That's
They don't do the 5
Can't
minute.
imagine.
Like I can't imagine either. And like you know what? Some of those people they leave their shit behind, and they got to have the hotel like mail them the thing, and you got to put your credit card down, and they're gonna charge you for the postage.
That's
and
a whole thing.
And hotels, bless them, for they will do this for you
Right.
if they find this stuff. But for me, what I do is I do something called magic hands.
Tell me about
and
this.
this is a true life hack. So you got to leave. It's 5 minutes before 2 minutes, and you're like got your bag at the door. So you leave it out of view. And what I do is I literally take my hands and I paint the room, and I go over the room. I pull the bedding up.
Yeah.
I look at every charger. I look at the floor. I look at the bathroom. I look inside the bathroom sometimes twice, and I'm trying to paint it.
Mm-hmm.
Because then the other thing is like if I'm then have a 3-hour drive and my shit is all in the back, I'm like, did I fucking leave?
Right. No,
my
you know.
passport? Did I leave like that suit jacket?
Yeah.
So like that sucks. Everyone knows like that feeling. But if you've done magic hands and you've told yourself, I did magic hands.
Is this a thing a term that most people know? Because I don't know it.
I made it up.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to say no
I made
then.
this shit up, man. And I just wonder, the theme of this segment is like, are other people doing
Yeah.
this? I wonder if other people have that hyper sensitivity to the last 2 minutes of a hotel room, and then helping to prevent the like, did I forget
Right.
that thing feeling when you're away from your luggage in the next period until you're opening the luggage in the next hotel
Yeah.
or at home.
I highly doubt you're the only one.
Yeah, it's not that.
No.
It's not that rare, but
I like the idea of magic hands, though.
I was
I
just trying to
just
be-
like open up all the things. Some people don't even unpack. I do unpack, though.
I always unpack. That's
Yeah.
the other thing. I when I am at a hotel, I'm staying there for more than a day or two, I like to like put my shit away.
Yeah. I like to feel
Yeah,
temporarily
makes
at home.
it good.
Yeah.
What's your coffee setup at a hotel? Do you have any rituals?
You know, so many people are like, I never drink the hotel coffee
Yeah,
because people piss in the coffee maker or whatever.
Interesting.
I like to have a little piss in my coffee.
Enjoy it.
My coffee thing is I will drink the coffee that comes with the room.
The Keurig.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll bring my own K-cups.
So here's the fucking thing.
Okay.
Don't just bring your own K-cups.
Bring your own maker.
Bring a collapsible silicone pour over, pre-grind some beans.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Get a hot water kettle, and you are walking out of that hotel room with a very nice cup of coffee.
That's a good idea.
I'm telling you, that makes travel so much better if you do not have to seek out coffee either in the hotel lobby at Starbucks. Why would you want to operate a motor vehicle before coffee?
I don't understand people who go and get their coffee every morning because I need the coffee to be able to go get.
Agreed.
Something.
That's my point. It's
Yeah.
dangerous. It's like
I need it right when I wake
the
up.
feeling of like walking down a hallway
Yes.
that possibly you arrived at late at night, and then walking out of doors, possibly you arrived late at night, trying to navigate the world in front of you
Yeah.
without a cup of coffee.
Right. Okay. I'm the same.
Makes the day start rotten, and no one wants their day on the road to start rotten.
So the people whose first coffee is like Starbucks drive-through are those people who don't really need coffee. That's what I'm.
It's so
thinking.
interesting you say that, because I wonder about the drivers on the road who have not been there.
Right.
All the people in line at a Starbucks takeout. I wonder, like, how many people have you killed? How many people have you actually run over on the way to the Starbucks drive-through?
It's a fair question.
I like, how many mailboxes have you
hit?
How many
Children.
doors have you? Possibly. I mean, there's like lots of things
Right.
that go through my mind. Like
Yes.
those people lining up. What kind of damage have those people lining up at that Starbucks done in these sometimes big vehicles?
Right.
Like big trucks.
Yeah.
Like, have driven possibly hours, minutes,
Yeah. Right.
hours.
Same.
I wonder about those people.
I agree with you. And then lastly, hey, go fuck yourself. Who would you like to tell off?
You know what? This one's a pretty good one. Go fuck yourself. The guy at the restaurant who is telling me everything about the menu before we sit down.
Yeah.
I know it might not be your choice. It may be your boss's choice, but truly go fuck yourself. I do not need a very, very long oration. And in fact, you're hurting
The experience.
other restaurants. You're making it a parody. You're making it about yourself. yes, you can absolutely say some things about the menu, but we do not need that spiel, as they call it.
The have you dined with us before situation.
The have you done with us before? I will take a little, like, that is okay, because they need to, like, set the expectations, because if you have done with them before, they want to actually then reiterate things of what the restaurant's big about, or maybe things have changed. But if you haven't done with us before, they know that you're fresh meat coming to the restaurant. But, like, I'm cool with that. But, like, it's more like, don't go over the entire menu because you're, like, an actor, you're in, like, level 3 at, UCB, or you're like a fucking, like, you've done, like, 3 courses and you have a good memory and you can, like, do a bit with us.
Right.
Like, don't do the bit.
Right.
Please.
I agree. Similarly, you know what? Waiters who do that?
Hey, go fuck yourself.
In high school, I briefly worked at Sam Goody. Do you remember Sam Goody, the music store?
Yeah, I was more of a Record Town guy. I remember
Okay.
those coins. Those coins were amazing.
What were the coins?
The coins were gift coins.
For Record Town? Or for Sam Goody?
No, Record Town. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm stealing your story.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I'm stealing your
Okay.
story.
I know, I just didn't know if it was
stealing your
something I
story.
didn't
My
remember.
friend worked at Record Town, and apparently the inventorying for those coins was, like, 0. So, like, literally you could, like, pull all of the coins out of the register and then distribute them to your friends. And your friend would then use the gift card coins as they were real currency.
What a
And then
coup.
repeat and, like, keep bringing the coins out. So anyways, you did work. Did you have a similar hustle at Sam Goody?
No, there was no hustle there. But similar to, what I was going to say is there was this woman named Kat. Hey, Kat.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
She didn't like me.
Yeah.
She had black hair.
K or C?
Okay. And it matters.
Yeah.
In general, I have felt sometimes that occasionally I will come across women who also have black hair, and there's a little bit of feedback, there's a little bit of sort of like Parent Trap, like, oh, you look too much like me. I invented having black hair. There's not enough room for 2 people with black hair at this Sam Goody. That kind of, she really micromanaged me. And so anytime I would be standing there, she'd hiss, go help the customers, go help the customers. And it's like, okay. So then I have to approach people and say, can I help you with anything? Can I help you with anything? And I just think if they want help, I, as a shopper, if I'm ever a shopper, I would prefer to ask for help if I need it. I like when there's an employee nearby, but I don't want to be accosted. In fact, that's one of my least favorite things when I'm in a store is someone coming up to me frequently because I want to leave that. Like, this is not a social thing for me. So anyway, I knew that, but she was always pushing me to talk to people. And what made me think about it was when you were talking about the menu situation, it's like, if you have a question about a dish, then you will ask about it, but you don't need the background on the whole menu.
Definitely not. And it's almost like, go fuck yourself, the owner of the restaurant who's telling their staff to do that. Because oftentimes, that's it.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
Do not kill the messenger. Respect the servers. They're just doing their job and they have to do it. So, like, it's almost like not even their job.
Yeah.
I think you could mitigate it by just being like, timeout. Like, just do the timeout. I understand this is not your job or your call, but, like, we're good. We can read.
We don't need it. Yeah,
we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe they would actually, piss in their plate of antipasta.
Maybe
if they
right
if they were
didn't
offended,
get to finish.
Yeah. Maybe that it's a liability, but no.
Matt Rodbard, it was so delightful catching up.
Allison Roman, it's been so.
You must let me know next time you're in town.
I know.
Because there's a group version of this show,
Yeah.
which is also similar segments and stuff.
Yeah.
It's very fun. I think you'd be great on that version.
Love it.
So next time you're in town, you got to let me know, and maybe we can make that happen.
Can Bill Maher be one of the?
And Bill Maher can
Maher will
also be
one of
on
the
with
3?
you.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Tell everyone where they can find you.
Absolutely. Tastecooking.com is the website. This is Taste is the podcast. I'm on socials, Matt Rodbard. This has been so much fun. I really love your show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me on, and I would love to come back for the group.
Great.
The group In Conversation.
Yes, we'll be in conversation with. Thank you
In
again.
conversation.
And I would like to remind everyone, follow me everywhere. YouTube.com/Allison Rosen. I'm posting. You can find this video there. I've returned to video. And if you like what you're hearing, please leave a comment, review, click 5 stars. Helps people find the show. Matt, thank you. Listeners,
you.
thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen Show?